Howdy there, true believers. Welcome back to New World Nerds. I'm Superman Nico, and this is going to be my spoiler review for Spider-Man Far From Home. That was your spoiler warning. Go ahead, get out now. Come back after you've seen the movie so we can talk about it. I'd love to hear your opinion. Those of you who have seen the movie, leave a comment down below of what you thought of the movie. Leave a like too, and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. You're already down there. Let's be productive. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. Kablam. Now it's time to get into it. Spider-Man Far From Home, aka The Adventures of Night Monkey. Night Monkey, Prague's favorite son. Question I always have coming out of Spider-Man movies is, how did it stack up to Spider-Man 2? I think that Far From Home definitely is top tier Spider-Man. I was actually planning on seeing Spider-Man Far From Home on Tuesday night, so there was a mix up with the tickets. Everybody bought one before me because they have more money than I do, so I ended up seeing it Monday at midnight, and so that was last night. I'm tired as hell, went to school, got to go to work after this, but it's okay. We're gonna pull through because I did it for Spidey. I wanted to do my every Spider-Man movie ranked video after I saw Far From Home, after I let it sink in for a few days, because Spider-Man movies, a lot of the times once I see a new one, I'm like, oh, this one's my favorite. But this time I want to collect my thoughts and relay them to you. Be on the lookout for that video. Hit that bell icon. You already know what to do. Tom Holland, a lot like Robert Downey Jr., a lot like Ryan Reynolds, I believe he was born to play this particular comic book character. Tom Holland seems like a really cool guy on and off screen. A guy I'd love to grab a pint with. If you're watching, Tom, let's hit me up. Really like Peter Parker's interactions with Ned Leeds. Feels like a real high school friendship, a real couple of best friends. I really do like the supporting cast, like his classmates that he went on the field trip with. I thought they were really good. Also, they for the most part look like high school students, except for Flash Thompson. Tony Revolori doesn't look like a high schooler to me. Zendaya as MJ, I definitely feel like is an upgrade. I feel like she isn't annoying at all. Everything she does, I feel like makes sense. Your typical girl next door, but there's nothing more attractive than a big sexy brain and a dark sense of humor. Big Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, of course, was amazing. I really like that these new MCU Spider-Man movies have had back-to-back great villains. Yes, he ended up biting the dust at the end of this one, but it was still really cool. The premise was really cool. I know a lot of people were like, oh, why are you putting Spider-Man in Europe? Spider-Man goes to Europe sometimes, okay? I think it's interesting to get Spider-Man and Peter Parker out of his element. We've seen 6 previous Spider-Man movies all set in New York. I think it's really interesting to put Spider-Man in situations where his webs aren't going to really do anything. He has to use that big brain. We all saw Mysterio's heel turn coming a mile away, but I think it was still well executed. I loved how they tied Mysterio's origins into the rest of the MCU. Really wasn't expecting anything like that, so that was a really nice little treat for us people who have been here since Iron Man 1. I think Happy Hogan might have stolen the show. I wasn't expecting so much Happy in this movie. I feel like there's more Happy Hogan in this movie than there was in Homecoming, and I thought he really stole the show. I thought he did a great job. Him and Aunt May's dynamic, I thought was really cute. I know a lot of people online didn't like it, but you know, Aunt May deserves to be happy, so shut up. I feel like there's a lot of cosmetic things that people are gonna have a problem with, like them calling the Spider-Sense Peter Tingle. I think they're making fun of that. That's not actually its name. You saw Peter Parker getting mad that they were calling it the Peter Tingle. That's not the official name. Chill out, everybody. There are some things in this movie and in Homecoming that would have bothered me if I didn't enjoy the movie as a whole. Just didn't really like how they downplayed the reveal of his secret identity. At the end of Homecoming, when Aunt May finds out, they played it off for laughs, and I feel like the mid-credit scene for this movie also played his identity being revealed more for shock value than anything else. But the blow is definitely softened by the return of J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. What the heck? That was awesome. We got J. Jonah Jameson back. All I need now is a Tobey Maguire cameo and hopefully a Spider-Verse live action movie. I'm ready, Sony. Give it to me. Spider-Man having a secret identity is not only a huge part of the comic book, I feel like it's a huge part in the MCU because nobody else seems to have a secret identity. I feel like you take one of the things that makes Spider-Man really unique away. It kind of sucks. I enjoyed myself so much through the rest of the movie that I don't really care. I'm actually curious to see, like, now that they've thrown this curveball at us, how Spider-Man's story fits in the MCU now that he's outed. I'm curious to see how the story progresses from now. J.K. Simmons returning as J. Jonah Jameson somehow wasn't the most shocking end credit scene. Final end credit scene reveals that Nick Fury and Maria Hill were Skrulls the entire time. Talos and his wife from Captain Marvel are on Earth disguising themselves as Nick Fury, and it turns out they are in cahoots with the real Nick Fury, who's off in space, possibly developing Sword, which is like space shield. Shield like protects the Earth, and Sword is out there, yeah, attacking all those aliens. Get back in your planet, aliens. Don't mess with Earth. Terra, represent. Overall, I really like this movie. I thought this was top tier Spider-Man. I definitely don't put it past something like Into the Spider-Verse. Could possibly be on the same level as Spider-Man 2. I think I might like this one a little bit better than Spider-Man Homecoming because I appreciate the supporting cast more in this movie than I did in Homecoming. Mysterio, I feel like, was just as good as Vulture. I think Mysterio would have been a better villain if he would have survived this film, but it didn't look like he did. But this villain, Mysterio, kind of won. He got the last laugh. He outed Peter as Spider-Man. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments about Spider-Man Far From Home. Where do you guys rank it among Spider-Man movies? What movies you're still looking forward to seeing in 2019? Leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel. Pretty please follow us on Twitter at New World Nerds. Thank you guys so much. Keep nerding out there, true believers. Thwip! 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 That's Peter Parker as Spider-Man, but who's Night Monkey? Subscribe down below to find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. So many references. You're too nerdy, man. Get out of here.